I made a video a decent amount of time ago discussing how the sales of Battlefield 5 were extremely low, and how the game could possibly be dying. 3 months have gone by and the game has officially released now. Personally, I thought the sales were going to go up, but sadly, this game is doing pretty bad. EA stocks are down, Battlefield 5 sales are insanely low, and for what reason? I can tell you one thing. Every Battlefield game for me isn't a disappointment when it comes down to the gameplay, and Battlefield 5 does not fail on that aspect. But there are about 1,000,001 reasons to why Battlefield is doing so awful this year compared to other titles. But I think I'll just minimize that number for you guys so you all don't go crazy watching this video. Now, if you are not aware, DICE has went from having 3 years to design games to 1. This is a drastic change in time and a lot of pressure to put on a studio, especially when they are typically taking 3 years to make a great game. Take Battlefield 4, for example. Even though right out of the gates, the game was extremely buggy and people had their issues, but 5 years down the road, and this might possibly be one of the best recent Battlefields out at the moment. Tons of content to play with, a modern day theme, and a lot of excitement all around. Battlefield 1 innovates by bringing us back to World War 1, bringing in a bunch of cool classic guns, which the majority of them we have not seen before. Large and beautiful maps, and behemoths, which are pretty much massive streaks to change the tempo of the battle. Some people didn't care for Battlefield 1 since it took place during World War 1, but nonetheless, it was still a great game to play, and a lot of new stuff for everyone to dabble with. Remember in the trailer when they first showed off the massive blimp? How epic it was! It made me want to play the game right there and then. Then comes the announcement of Battlefield 5, and all the crazy possibilities they could have ran with for this title. When they first announced this game, my mind was boggling with all these crazy ideas. Vietnam, modern day, futuristic. But in the side, right there, in the corner left side of my brain, I still knew there was going to be a great possibility that this game could have been pretty much World War II. But honestly, I didn't really think they would take this path. I thought everyone learned from Call of Duty when they made 3 jetpack CODs straight, and then ended up making one of the most disliked trailers on YouTube. But nope, not at all. They went straight from World War I to World War II. Now, this should not be that big of an issue, but to me, I feel like you should jump around different time periods. They should have either went to modern day or futuristic for this current title, and then saved World War II for the next Battlefield game they produce. That would have made the hype for World War II setting a lot more desirable, and let's be honest here, if the game was modern day, they would have sold a lot more copies. They used the World War II theme a little too early, and now we won't be able to see it again for a while since they just made a game for it. I'm a tad bit disappointed about this because I wanted the hype to be real for this game. I wanted people to love it just as much as I do. But sadly, the numbers do not lie about this game. I mean, Jesus Christ, in the first week, they already cut the price of the game in half for a lot of the hard copies of this title. But this is not the main reason to why Battlefield 5 might possibly flop this year. Setting the game in World War II should not have ultimately killed the game off. The marketing was one of the main reasons as well. The first trailer for Battlefield 5 absolutely destroyed the hype for this game, for over half of the Battlefield population. Then afterwards, it just continued to go downhill. Absolutely nothing in this world got me hyped for this game that the people running the advertisements at EA put out. The only thing that got me hype was actually playing the beta. Playing the beta was the only thing that made me excited for the full release of Battlefield 5. That right there is poor marketing and should be fixed by the time the next Battlefield game comes out, because the ads put a huge dent in Battlefield 5. But then, the game finally releases. I pre-download, hop on the second the game goes live, and I am having a blast. The honeymoon phase is perfect, and I am absolutely in love with the game. But nothing in the world can hide how much content they did not put into this game. To start off, the maps are extremely repetitive, especially since we played 2 of them non-stop in the beta. And another map in the mix is just a destroyed version of Rotterdam. The majority of the time you are backing out so you can pick up challenges and upgrade your weapons, but when you rejoin a game, you get put back almost in the same rotation, having to play the same maps again, since every lobby is set with the same exact map cycle. This gets tiring extremely quick. Then on top of that, in the next update for Battlefield 5, they're finally bringing in tank customization since, for some reason, one of the biggest features in Battlefield games, the tanks, are not customizable at launch. I don't even think you can customize the planes in this game, but on top of that, we are also getting a new map. But get this, it is pretty much a tank-only map. Yes, you can play infantry, but the map is pretty much all flat land, designed for vehicle battles. Are you serious? So, you're telling me, with this many maps in the game, you're going to put out pretty much a tank-only map, instead of a map that is even for everyone to play on? Jesus, man. Come on. Just a little bit better marketing, a little bit better of a... I don't even know. That just blows my mind. Now, I love the idea how all the DLC is free in Battlefield 5. It's perfect, but this is not enough content in the beginning of the game to keep people staying to see what's coming in the future. At this pace, you will lose everyone who's already playing the game due to the lack of content before you can even get the rest of the free content out. This should not be done, especially in a $60 game. They should have had a few more maps, some weapons, and definitely a new rank cap. That would have given people more things to play with and some more stuff to get excited for in the near future. I mean, there's a Battle Royale mode coming out for Battlefield 5 very soon too, but I barely hear any hype about this at all. The marketing is... Ooh, Lord. Please don't think I am completely trashing Battlefield. You have to believe me. I love Battlefield 5 with all of my heart, but at the end of the day, it just feels like they improved on the mechanics of Battlefield 1 and called it a day. Pretty much a DLC, if you will, a $60 DLC to be exact. It's so sad to see this game not get much recognition, especially with all the hard work DICE has been putting into this game, listening to the community and fine-tuning everything to make this game a perfect experience. But EA is trying to kill every last employee by overworking them. They need time to make these games. They should not rush DICE to produce so much content yearly. I think if they just gave them the 3 years to make a solid Battlefield game, we would be in for a nice treat. I have high hopes for this game. It has so much potential. The flow of the gameplay is awesome, the graphics are gorgeous, and you can't forget those only in Battlefield moments. I think the game just needs time. Maybe 4 to 5 months down the road, it might get a little more popular. With more content added in, I think this game could take off pretty quickly. But at this point in time, it's sad to say, but Battlefield has flopped pretty bad this year. Hopefully they will make a comeback. But I am pretty curious to see what you all think. What do you all think will save Battlefield next year? Modern day, futuristic, or maybe even Vietnam? I left a poll at the top right corner of your screen for you guys to vote on. I want to thank you all for checking out this video. Can't thank you all enough. If you enjoyed what you saw and heard today, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I would love to make more content for you guys, so showing some love and support always helps and pushes me in the right direction. As always, shout out to the NVID squad. I appreciate you guys for hanging in with me while I chat on and on with you all. And make sure you leave a comment on what you guys think will happen with Battlefield and what they can possibly do to save this game. As always, thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.